What's up YouTube? Elemental Pyro here. Today I'm going to show you how to make a salute ball shell. So first, you need your ball shell hemis. These are 1.75 inch. I'm going to use an 1/8 inch drill bit. Just drill a hole in the bottom side. Like so. And then you're going to get some fuse for the time fuse. This burns at 2 seconds per inch. So I'm going to use 1 inch for my time fuse. So I'm going to cut a piece that is 1.5 inches. Next, you have to contain the fire so it doesn't prematurely ignite your ball shell. So we're going to wrap that in 1 inch masking tape to give us the time of about 2 seconds. So you just wrap it around the middle here. And there's your time fuse. This masking tape will keep the fire in just long enough. And you're going to put it in the hole. Put the end of the masking tape about up to the top of the hemi. So when it burns through, it'll ignite in the middle of the shell. So then we have to block any lift gases from entering the shell and igniting it on the ground. We're just going to add a little bit of hot glue. Like so, the inside and the outside. That'll keep the lift gases from going inside the shell. We'll let that dry. So now we got to fill our shell hemis with our composition. And I can't tell you exactly what this is, but it is a powder and it makes a very bright flash. Then we have some 2FA black powder just for some filler. So you get your scale, you get a piece of tissue paper, and then we're going to put about 10 grams of this powder. Close enough. And bring it up to about 20 or so. To give us a nice full fill of the ball shell. Fold it around just a little bit to coat all the black powder. Then you're going to get your little hemi. Gather all the little edges. Keep it from spilling out. And you're going to use the fuse to pierce the tissue paper. Kind of squish it all down. Then get a blank other hemi side. And just cover it up. Get a piece of masking tape. Go around the center, join the two halves, squish it down. And there's our salute ball shell ready for pasting. Okay, now we have our ball shells. I made a crude shell paster here, which uses 1/2-inch gummed paper. So I just got a little wet wash rag here, which wets the gum and makes it sticky. So what I like to do is put a Sharpie mark on the bottom, just for reference. And then another mark here so I can tell how many times around I have wrapped it. So then you can line it up. Then you go to the left of your center mark on the bottom and to the right of your fuse on the top. And then you want to overlap about half of your previous line while staying to the left and then to the right. Takes a little bit of practice, but once you get it, you just kind of alternate going all the way around. And to get the right distance or diameter, I just use a micrometer to measure the tube I'm going to shoot out of and use that to just measure the shell. So now we have our finished wrapped ball shell. Let that dry for a day or so, and it'll get nice and hard. Okay, now that we have our wrapped ball shell, we got to put the lift cup on it. Printed these with some heavy craft paper and a Cricut machine. And we need about 10% of the weight of the shell in lift. So we're going to do about 5 grams of 4FA black powder, which you can see me make in a previous video. So here's our lift cup. About 5 grams. So that and that. Now the green visco fuse can sometimes be hard to light, so I'm going to coat it in a little bit of nitrocellulose lacquer so that it burns really well. Just coat the fuse like that. I'm just gonna get some black powder granules on it like that so you get guaranteed ignition. So then for our fuse, I have a bag of leftover canister shell fuses, which I usually take the fuses out and chain them together at the bottom of the tubes. So you just rip it off like that. I'll take one end of it. Actually need some glue. I'll put a thin layer of glue just around the edge of the lift cup. Like so. And what I like to do is put my fuse in, and then put the time fuse in it, and then push against it like that. And just to cover up any big holes where the fuse is, I usually put a little bit of glue right there, just so the fuse doesn't pull out or the black powder doesn't leak out. So then you just set that down and let it dry.